They say money rules the world, but what if I told you it's ruled by a goddess? Hidden in the sacred myth of the Yoruba people of West Africa lies a powerful force, older than money itself. Her name, Aje. She is not just the goddess of wealth, she is wealth. To understand Aje, you must first understand the Yoruba worldview. To the Yoruba, Orishas are divine forces, gods and goddesses who govern nature, humanity, and destiny. And Aje, she is one of the most mysterious. Aje is wealth, but not just coins or cash. She's abundance, prosperity, the force behind successful trade, thriving markets, and economic power. She lives in the marketplace and in the soul of anyone who dares to ask the universe for more. Her name is whispered in prayers, encoded in songs, and honored in rituals passed down for centuries. But unlike some Orishas, Aje is elusive. She doesn't show herself easily. There was once a woman named Abbe who sold roasted yam by this roadside in the ancient town of Orisha. She was not rich, no. In fact, she was one of the poorest traders in the market. Her table had only a few yams each day, a little pot of pepper sauce, and a cloth to shield her from the sun. But what Abbe lacked in silver, she carried in spirit. One dry season, when rain forgot the earth and the crops turned to ash, the market grew silent. Chickens grew thin, customers grew fewer, and the sound of coins grew rare. Traders packed their goods early and whispered, "Aje has left us. The goddess is angry." But Abbe stayed. Every morning she lit her fire, roasted her few yams, and greeted the market with a song. Not for money, but because her mother taught her never to forget the power of joy. One afternoon, when her yams were almost gone, a woman approached Abbe's store. She wore no shoes, her wrapper was simple, and her eyes, they shimmered like the sea. The woman said nothing. She simply looked at the last yam roasting in the fire. Abbe looked at her, then at the yam. "Sister," she said, "you look like you've walked far. Sit, eat. I was saving this for tomorrow, but hunger does not wait." The woman sat, ate, and smiled. After the meal, the strange woman rose and said, "You have given your last without fear. You have honored the fire, the market, and the spirit of the land. Tell me, Abbe, what do you really desire?" Abbe laughed, dusting her hands. "Desire? I only wish that my yams never finish and that I may feed not just my stomach, but others too." The woman reached into her wrapper and pulled out a single cowrie shell, glimmering white. "Take this," she said. "Place this under your bed. As long as it stays there, your fire will never go out and your yams will never burn. But remember, your gift is only a gift as long as you share it." And with that, the woman disappeared. From that day on, Abbe's fire never went cold. Her yam, sweet, soft, and golden, fed the bellies of kings and beggars alike. Her stall became the center of the market. People traveled from distant towns to taste her yam, but more than that, to feel her presence. When other traders asked how her yam never finished, she only smiled and said, "Aje is not just about coins. Aje lives where there is kindness." And so it was said throughout Okiara, "Be like Abbe. Even in famine, give. Even in scarcity, bless. For you never know when Aje herself may sit at your table." Legend says Aje came from the primordial ocean, birthed alongside Olokun, the Orisha of the deepest waters. She was wrapped in the tides, mysterious, unpredictable, powerful. She carried within her the essence of the sea, beauty, terror, and unimaginable treasure. Some say she's a child of Olokun, the god of the abyss. Others say she's Olokun in female form. In some myths, she walks with Yemoja, goddess of motherhood and rivers, or is seen with Oshun, goddess of beauty and diplomacy. But always, she is independent, fierce, never tamed. Aje is not a goddess you worship. She is a force you respect. In Yoruba culture, the marketplace is not just a place of trade. It is sacred, it is spiritual, it is Aje's throne. Every stall, every coin exchanged, every good sold is a blessing from Aje. She walks between the sellers and buyers, blessing those with good hearts and cursing the greedy. But here's the twist. Aje doesn't reward wealth for its own sake. She rewards community wealth. She supports those who uplift others. If you take from the market and do not give back, Aje will turn her face away. And when Aje turns her face from you, everything dries up. Aje is not just about money. She's about power, especially feminine power. In ancient Yoruba society, Aje was intrinsically tied to women. Why? Because women ran the markets. These market women were not just vendors. They were political forces. They controlled pricing, supply, demand, and they paid tribute to Aje with rituals, songs, and offerings. But Aje is not always kind. She is wealth, yes, but also loss. When disrespected, she brings famine, economic collapse, chaos. In myth, when greedy kings tried to hoard wealth, Aje disappeared. And when she left, the land stopped producing, trade died, people starved. One story tells of a king who forced his people into slavery for gold. Aje cursed his kingdom. The gold turned to dust, his empire fell. To this day, the Yoruba say, "Do not anger Aje, she will not return twice." Is Aje just myth, or is she still walking among us? From Lagos to Salvador, from Port-au-Prince to New York City, people still call on Aje. In Santería, Candomblé, and other diaspora religions, she is honored under many names, sometimes merged with saints, sometimes veiled in symbols, but always powerful. Aje never left, she just changed clothes.